What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Teej pack. Teej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliate and scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Teej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Teej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Teej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Teej pack. Feel the Teej, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning into the Millionaire Morning Show. We are back in the office. Yeah, I might have to get some things that I can hit that basically, you know, noise track, laugh tracks, all of that other type of stuff that people be having. I might have to get all of that. What's going on, friends and family? How are y'all feeling today? It is Friday, March 17th, 2023, year of our Lord. Another opportunity for us to do great things. No fumble on Fridays. We got so much to cover every single day. There is no shortage of different things that we need to cover in order to make sure that you get into the money, that you learn the lessons that come along with it, and then more importantly, how it is that you can live the best life possible. Before we get started today, let me give a shout out to Teej Henley, sponsor of the show. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. That link is in the description for you to be able to tap into Teej Henley. Also, in addition to that, make sure you tap into the Patreon. I am going to do an impromptu webinar this weekend. So if you are not a part of the Patreon, then you have no access to it. So not only am I dropping an exclusive video this weekend, but I'm also going to do a webinar where you guys can come up and ask me any question that you need to ask me. I'm still finalizing a subject, but I think it's going to be based off of, dang, I don't even want to tell y'all what it is. I'm going to hold off on giving an announcement just yet because I want the people that are truly focused on becoming the best version of themselves and that are already a part of the Bag Chasers to get that game and to get the insight that comes along with being a Bag Chaser. So if you're a part of the Patreon, salute to you. Salute to all of the new Bag Chasers. That's a part of what it is that we do. But I'm definitely going to tap in with the people this weekend, and we're going to do a live webinar live. Probably, dang, should I do a Sunday? I think I'm going to do a Sunday. I'm going to do a live webinar on Sunday so that I can add as much value to y'all as possible and be able to get y'all the game. So shout out to the Bag Chasers. Y'all know if y'all was in for the last webinar in which we talked about content creation. And we can also span content creation because there was a lot that I didn't get to in the content creation space. We got a live webinar that is coming up this weekend. Next weekend, I'm going to try to get Pocket Watching with JT. We still securing that date, so that's going to be absolutely awesome. And we got a lot to cover, so it's so much that I need to add value into y'all lives about. in order to ensure that you get the game, that you get the opportunities, that you get the things that's going to be in your best interest in order to ensure that you level up. So make sure that you tap into the Patreon. It's going to be crazy. I literally gave millions of dollars worth of game on the last webinar where we talked about content creation. For those of you that are already a part of the Patreon, if you have not tapped into that video, make sure you do so, okay? What else do we need to cover? Housekeeping. Rita texted me this morning. She literally just texted me right before the show. And her text message says, I'm going to read this out loud. 2 sentences. Love you and everything that you're doing for our family. Keep applying pressure. That's what the text message says. It says, love you and everything you're doing for our family. Keep applying pressure. Meaning, don't let off the gas as far as keeping my foot on these niggas' neck. Don't let off the gas as far as keeping my foot on these dudes. Man, if y'all ain't got y'all some real ones in y'all corner, if you ain't got you a Island Girl Q, if you ain't got you a Rita, if you ain't got you some real ones in your corner, if you ain't got you a Erica be on the Saturday show. If you ain't got you a Shayla, she be on the Saturday show. If you ain't got you some people, ladies, if you ain't got you a Lance, if you ain't got you a Vern, if you ain't got no real ones in your corner, that means you ain't a real one. If you ain't got no real ones in your corner, that's back yet, because I needed to get my backup on. Are we back yet? We back. Even when they try to stop us. Guess what? We back. We back yet? We back in the mix? All right, so listen. All right, so we cooking. I had to have some backup things in place, so sometimes it get me back and sometimes it don't. But either way, we back in the mix. All right, but listen. If y'all ain't got no real ones on y'all team in order to be able to really, really push, I would say that Rita is probably, some people would say that it's me. Me and Rita actually argue about this and go back and forth. I think that Rita is more savage than I am. Will Rita be like, when certain things happen or certain things is playing out or she feel like somebody is an enemy, yo, she be like, yo, we might have to go full throttle on their neck, Anton. So when she sent me that text message and she be like, yo, Anton, stay on top of their neck, keep applying the pressure, I'd be like, this girl is trying to get us to take over the world. But shout out to Rita. Shout out to everybody that's a part of the chat. Shout out to everybody that just joined the live stream. We had a little bit of buffering. It said that the live had ended. I said, all right, let me get my wop shebang going on in the background and get it popping. All right, so that, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. The link is in the description. As far, let me see, Anton, two-tone braid action. Make sure y'all get the link in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. For those of y'all that's just tuning into the Millionaire Morning Show, this is not a green screen. This is real. This is all real back here, all right? So all of this is real for those of you that's just now tapping in. In addition to that, did y'all see the Lapeef Network, Lapeef Let's Talk show on Thursday nights? Did y'all catch that last night? I know some people were surprised. I was at the ball game watching the Denver Nuggets. Jokic, I was watching him score. I see y'all with the super chats. I'm going to be reading that shortly. I was watching Jokic do his thing on the court. I was having a good time. I was kicking back. You know what I'm saying? I got a nap earlier on in the day. And my office hours are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And so I told y'all, I warned y'all that I would be making some adjustments and that you are going to miss me when I'm gone. A lot of y'all didn't take heed to it. A lot of y'all was not paying attention to it. I warned y'all that you was going to miss me when I'm gone. Thankfully, I believe that we have the type of people on our team and the talent that's evolved around us that can carry on after me. Shout out to Queen Sheba, Bruiser, Mr. Let Go, Lady Di, Precious, Lucky. We had a new guy on the panel. I forgot what his name was. But shout out to everybody that was cooking. Oh, Trigger Mike, he was doing his thing as the host. Shout out to everybody that was a part of the network last night that put on a show, because the show goes on. The show goes on. It's going to be a phenomenal show, phenomenal network. I am still very much involved with what goes on with the network, but I'm working behind the scenes now. I'm a behind the scenes guy now. I'm not going to necessarily be in front of the camera. And I warned y'all. And it's going to be more changes to come in my life where I may not be as visible as you thought that you had. So now that you're going to lose access to me, maybe you'll start appreciating all of the value that I brought, all of the conversations that I fostered, all of these different spider webs and spaces that came along with me being visible on the internet. A lot of people would not even know each other if it wasn't for me. So I'm going to give myself my own props before I have to wait for somebody else in order to be able to shout me out. So that's that. But yeah, we still behind the scenes. We still working. We still cooking. We still looking we still going to look to put people on. In addition to that, last piece of housekeeping. I have a new show on the Anton Daniels channel that will be premiering, not even premiering. It's going to go live on Monday. I promise you, you want to tune in for this. I promise you, you want to tune in for this. I have another show that is going to be dropping on Monday. I'm not giving you no details. You're just going to have to show up Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be on the Anton Daniels channel. It's going to be insane. It is going to be a live show. You guys are definitely going to want to pull up for that. And it's going to be insane. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this. I'm not even going to tell you the name of the show because I know y'all like to steal, kill, destroy, and pilfer my stuff and my ideas and try to pass it off like you came up with it on your own. I am the GOAT when it comes to this internet YouTube shit. And it's going to be it's not going to be on this channel. It's going to be on the other Anton Daniels channel. The link is in the description to go to my other channel. Make sure you subscribed. Make sure you tuned in Monday night because I gotta make love to my microphone today because I'm scared. I'm scared for what's going to happen Monday night. Let me say this again. I'm very, very much afraid for what is going to happen Monday night because I have a new show that is going to be showing every Monday night, 9 p.m. on the Anton Daniels channel. You are going to want to tune in because it's going to be crazy. So I'm still creating. I'm still working. I'm just doing a lot of the different things that y'all don't even know, but it's going to be awesome. All right, so now that we got all of the housekeeping out of the way, let's get into the show. So first and foremost, I want to read some of the super chats. I might have missed some of them simply because, and I appreciate everybody that supports the platform. I might have missed some of the super chats because when everything started pausing and they said that my live stream ended, but it really didn't because I got some other things in place. I want to give a shout out to some of the people that first super chatted throughout the show because I cannot go back and read it. Mike Jones is in the building with the 50 ball, says, good morning, Anton. No fumbling the bag on a Friday. You and JR were truly missed on the Lapeef show last night. I know you said you were pulling back a little, and I do understand JR needed some of the most deserved rest. JR is still going to be very much involved and visible on the platform also and things like that. He was working and he was taking care of some business, so you are going to see JR on these panels and participating and stuff like that and all of that or whatever. I may not be as visible anymore, but it is still a phenomenal network, and I want y'all to rock out with it because I still have a vested interest in seeing the network is successful. Come on, y'all. Shout out to my dog, Mike Jones, with the 50 ball. Thank you, my friend. Let me get to some of these other super chats, and then we're going to get into the show. Also, Jalen Hawkins says, good morning, all bag chasers and everyone else. Please check that email so I can confirm my coaching call. Spots fill up like EBT applications. Much love. We own it. We absolutely are on it, my friend. I'm telling you, I got a team. I got two assistants. I got Rita and I got somebody else that's working feverishly on my behalf to ensure that I catch every single thing. So thank you for the 10 ball. Dame Dash says, just watching Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Just finished Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Appreciate the game. I have my wife reading it now. We believe in financial literacy and growth. We believe in strong families. And I think that it starts at the top and then it passes down into your wife and your kids and things like that. So shout out to Dame Dash for reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad and also continuing to do the work. Thomas Bell says, Anton, where can I find that hat? This is somebody that rocked out with me, and they actually had a coaching call with me, but they also had a clothing line that they were building, and they had a really dope product, and I told them to send me some of their products so I can rock it out, just in regular life and on the live streams and stuff like that. And so he sent it to me. It's called Bill and Nico. Bill and Nico, you can Google it. It's Bill and Nico, or you can just follow them on Instagram. I follow them on Instagram. You can check out their merch. Bill and Nico, you know you got to cut that check, right? I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. Bill and Nico, you know you got to cut that check, right? Otherwise, I'm taking it. You want me to rock it like this? So they don't see the. You're going to have to cut that check, Bill and Nico. You know what's up. Bill and Nico, go and check out that Bill and Nico is dope. Also, my gyro, Ireland guy, LQ, says Monday Live about to be lit. Tune in on the Anton Daniels channel. With the 20 ball, I told Q to stop sending me money. I send her money, not the other way around. But Q is a shooter, and shooters don't care about what other shooters are doing. They just keep shooting. So shout out to my girl, Island Girl Q, that continues to hold me down as one of the most loyal people that I've ever met in my entire life. Was loyal to me before she ever even met me in person. First time I ever seen Q, we hugged like we knew each other for the last 20 years. The first time that I ever ran into Q, we hugged like we ain't seen each other in the last 20 years. And ever since then, we've been like this. And then she was like, Anton, get off me. And so she took me off. And then her and Rita was like this. So now Rita's more loyal to Q and Q's more loyal to Rita. But they both my babies, so there's nothing that y'all can say about them. So, anyways, let's get into the show. Before we get into the whole Jordan thing, before we get into Ja Morant, before we get into any of that, all right, I want to address some things, right? So my guy, Charleston White. Let me give y'all a little bit of insider information about Charleston White, all right? Me, Charleston, Dewberry, K. White. A lot of y'all don't even know who K. White is. You will know based off of a video that I just got done shooting in Dallas. So we was working feverishly down in Dallas. We shot a lot of content down in Dallas. That was one of many reasons why I was down in Dallas, and then I had to take care of some other business too, especially with regard to real estate because I'm in Dallas. I might be making some investments in Dallas. But I was down in Dallas this weekend, and I've been flying back and forth to Dallas multiple different times. So one of the reasons, because I never go anywhere without a reason, one of the reasons why I am down in Dallas, or I even explored Dallas, or it was even on my radar in the first place, was because of Charleston, right? And so I'm down in Dallas, and we kicking it. And a lot of people don't know that. They think that Charleston and I just have a business relationship. That's how it started off. As a matter of fact, I want to give you guys some credit because you guys are one of the ones that said, yo, Anton, you need to get in touch with Charleston. And so I hit him up. The first time I hit him up, he was like, hey, well, yo, what's up, fam? Y'all know how Charleston talk. So he was kicking it, and we connected. He came to Detroit, and it was love ever since then. We ain't never had a problem. We ain't never had a beat. Me and Charleston been rocking for it'll be a year and a little bit. It'll be coming up on a year in a little bit. But what people don't know is that we'll start off as business, because y'all know that I don't do business with people unless, the character part is in there too. And so y'all get to see the Charleston that everybody paints. Y'all get to see a lot of the Charleston that y'all get to get the opinions. Y'all get a lot of all of the different things that everybody say. And some people was sending me messages. They said, Anton, you need to distance yourself from Charleston and all of this other type of stuff. How would y'all feel if somebody told you that you need to distance yourself from somebody that you actually love in real life? And they ain't never even known you. They ain't never supported you. They ain't pulled up. They ain't never dropped into Patreon. They never came to a meetup. As a matter of fact, some of the people that's saying some of the egregious shit to me, sending me emails and junk, talking about I need to distance myself from Charleston, is the very ones that was hating on me in the very beginning when they first found me on the internet. I'm gonna call it out. Let's have a real conversation before we really get into the show. Some of the people that's sending me messages, DMs, emails, they sending me multiple emails back to back to back and all of that shit. And I tell Reed, I said, man, tear that shit up. Delete that shit. I'm gonna read y'all super chats in a minute. Get that out of my face. Let me tell you something about me and Charleston's relationship. All right? And maybe this will stop you from sending me emails asking me to distance myself. No, distance yourself. You stop watching. I'm not going to stop doing nothing that I was already doing because I'm a grown man. I know Charleston's mother. I know his brother. I know his sister. I've met his children. He's met my family. I know his daughter. No. We talking about Mama White. Hug. We talk. We when I see her, it's like, she said, Anton, you just like, I forgot the gentleman. She said, you a stand-up man. I like you. Me and Mama White was hugging. I know his sister. I know his brother. His daughter. His daughter is the same age as my daughter. No. Let me tell you something. This is real life. Not no internet shit. Not none of y'all that be going back and forth on the panels and y'all don't really even know each other, but y'all acting like y'all cool in real life, and then y'all turn on each other as soon as somebody say something negative about each other. Y'all automatically take somebody else's word for it. No, this ain't none of that. This is real life. This is me sitting down eating with they family. Him coming and eating with my family. He know my real life. He know things about me that y'all don't even know. I know things about him that y'all don't even know. Dewberry. Shout out to Anthony Dewberry, my guy in real life. We figure out how to add value into each other's lives. We figure out how it is that we can promote and grow each other and give each other game behind the scenes. Hey, man, listen, I'm telling Dewberry, I'm telling Charleston, I said, yo, fam, let me put you up on this real estate game. Let me show you how it is that you're supposed to leverage all of this money and all of this other type of stuff so that you can then have something that you can set up for this. And so we setting up each other's things, and he giving me this game and I'm giving him this game. And we add value into each other's lives in real life. Y'all don't really know what he do for his community just because he don't always advertise it and talk about it. Y'all don't really know the value of how many people that he helps and employs and put on, and how many different people's car notes and mothers and with dead sons and youth organizations and all of this other type. Y'all don't really know. All y'all know is the negative part of it, and you don't really know the value that he add in real life. And so what I'm telling you is that I don't switch up. If I ever had a problem with Dewberry or Charleston or K White or anybody like that, I'll call them and have a conversation with them offline. I'm not going to switch up on my people that ain't did nothing but show me love and ain't never had nothing bad to say about me, and vice versa. That's y'all. That's the culture that y'all live in. Y'all do that type of stuff. And so when I see different things happening, right? Like I seen they canceled the show in NY. I seen they canceled the show in Arkansas because, they got the whole Asian thing and all of that other type of stuff. And I'm not going to get into it because I don't speak on things that he speaks on because that's his business. That's the thing that he stands on. And I just extend the opportunity for him to be able to get his voice out. Y'all so flaky. Y'all so flaky. Y'all will switch up. Y'all will turn against people. You will support somebody 1 minute and then you'll switch up the next minute. As soon as they make it a little bit inconvenient, which is one of the reasons why the culture in the community is trash. Because you ain't got no backbone. And even if your man's is wrong, and which I'm not saying that he wrong, but even if your man's is wrong, you will hold them accountable publicly, even though y'all got a private, real relationship, instead of calling that man behind the scenes and having that out and hearing him out and trying to understand it. We seen it happen With the news organization, I'm putting that together. That's coming soon. Don't worry. But we seen it happen with the news organization that tried to kill the Carlton dude's reputation just to be able to get a story, and they turned y'all against each other. And y'all still calling for me to try to call Trap in order to hold Trap accountable for airing the story instead of man, Trap ain't did nothing wrong. Carlton ain't did nothing wrong. But y'all so used to backbiting, hating, and trying to build and tear and only to try to get to the top of the mountain so somebody can tear you down too. Y'all ain't got no loyalty. Y'all ain't got no kind of nothing when it comes to holding down. You will turn on your own brother. You will turn on your own mother if it was convenient or somebody gave you $5 in order to do so. That's not what we do here. That's not what we do here. We don't do that. Now, we are equal accountability partners, and I'm not asking you to rock with Charleston. I'm asking you to stop asking me not to rock with him. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. I'm not telling you to rock with him. I'm asking you to stop contacting me to not rock with him because it's not happening. You have no loyalty to him. You have no obligation to me. I'm not asking you to be. That's between you and him. You have the option to tune in or not tune in if you choose not to. You have the option to not rock with me if you choose to or not choose to. But what I'm telling you is stop trying to tell other people what they should and shouldn't do. It ain't nobody in the world, not one person in the world, that can say that Anton made a phone call and said, yo, you shouldn't have them on the platform. Oh, yo, you should try to stop their money. Hey, fam, man, hey, you shouldn't rock with them. I don't do that. Even on the Lapeef network, if I'm beefing with somebody or I get into it on a previous show or on a previous platform or something like that, I promise you, it's been plenty of people that has made appearances on King Talk, on a Lapeef Let's Talk show with me, even though I don't necessarily rock with them at all, because I am not the person that make phone calls over to JR and say, yo, fam, The agreement or the separation of responsibilities on the Lapeef network is that, yo, I don't want to know who you bringing on the platform or when I was on the platform, I don't want to know who you bringing on the platform so that I can make it an authentic reaction so we can actually give the people what they want as far as from an entertainment perspective and have these real dialogues without it being pre-planned. I didn't switch up just because I got into it with somebody like that. I don't call and say, yo, you need to stop their money or you need to stop this. Now, it is some people that did some egregious stuff that I was like, no, I'm not rocking with you. So I'm pulling rank and you can't come back on this platform. You need to build your own. And that's just because it was on some slimy, backhanded stuff. But as far as me telling somebody that they can't rock with them, I don't do that. I don't make phone calls. I don't tell nobody to do with their platform. I don't tell nobody what to do with their relationships. Unless you call me and say, Anton, what do you think about this person? Even with the Jay Prince and Fatty thing, right? I didn't tell Jay Prince that he can't rock with Fatty. I said, I'm not rocking with you as long as you rocking with him because it's too much backhanded, underhanded stuff that's going on and I don't know what the intentions are. You do what you feel is best. You rock out with him if you do. They just can't come over here. You just can't come in my house. I didn't call Aaron and say, hey, don't have him on Fight Club. I never did that. I don't do that. Yo, Aaron, you do what you feel is best. You are your own man. You make your own decisions. And so all I'm asking you is to do the thing that I tell other people to do or that I don't do is stop emailing me, asking me not to do stuff because you can't do that. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to rock with people based off of my own merits and my own relationships. And he's genuinely a good person and a good dude in real life. And that's what I see. And so you're going to have to make your own decisions on whether or not you're going to make whether or not you're going to rock with him. All right. So let me read some of these super chats to shout y'all out. And then we're going to really get into the show. Mike Razor says at the end of The Richest Man in Babylon for the 5th time, just picked up that random walk down Wall Street. Look forward to the one-on-one in April. Shout out to everybody that got a coaching call with me. I appreciate y'all. I'm not even going to put my email out there. If you can find it, then you can send me an email. But I'm not even going to put my email out there because I don't even know if I have any availability at this point. Shout out to you, Mike. I appreciate you. Forsaken Archive says, people compare these two, but what's the difference between KS and Charleston White? People was doing the same thing with KS. Yo, Anton, these women and all of these. And let me also tell y'all, too. Do y'all know that I have gotten phone calls and emails from prominent people. When I say prominent, I'm talking about people in the industry and entertainment dudes that have contacted me and said, "Yo, fam, let's do something together." And I was thinking to myself, and this is the God's honest truth. Let me tell you what the truth is. I've had people that contacted me and said, "Yo, Anton, let's do something together." And I was like, I didn't even know that I was on their radar. I mean, big people, big entertainers, right? And I was like, all right, so what you looking to do? What you trying to talk about? Because I'm trying to mine out the situation. And they're like, oh, but I can't do. Look, this is how they try to finesse you. Hey, let's work. Let's do something together. Oh, okay, all right, fam. So what's up? What you trying to do? Oh, but my bad. Listen, I can't do it as long as you still rocking with Charleston White. That's how they try to finesse me. Oh, but hold on, fam. I can't do it as long as you rocking with Charleston, though. I'm like, nigga, I never even knew you in the first place. I'm not switching up on my dude for you. I don't care how much of a following you got or how many Instagram followers you got or how many I don't care nothing about that. Oh, so you was trying to blackball him through me even though you didn't even know me by having him off of my platform because you don't want to have him have a voice and you want to show you basically doing your version of cancel culture. And it's people that actually listen to these people. It's people that actually listen to these people. I'm talking about big entertainers, big platforms, big entertainers. Hey, Anton, hey, I think I got a deal for you. Yo, I'm looking to get you bigger. Yo, I think I could bring your platform over onto my platform and all of this other type of stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah? I'm like, cool. I'm like, so what's the word? What's the incentive behind it? Nothing, man. I don't want nothing. Yo, we just need to work together. I see you an up and coming dude. You're doing some great things. You've created a great show for yourself and all of this other type of stuff. And then but that's what they say to me on the phone. And then they send me a message, hey fam, but you're gonna probably have to, not rock with C. I mean, like, I don't even respond no more. Delete. Block, delete, get them off of my space. Anybody that y'all making a phone, if anybody can make a phone call to you and tell you, yo, I don't want you to rock with them or I'm not, yo, that's wild. You can't tell somebody else what to do with their platform. That's wild. I'll just be like, Rita be like, Anton, we not responding to that. Just leave him alone. Just don't even. And then they be hitting you with this. They be DMing you with the, yo, what's up, fam? I ain't heard from you in a while. I don't even respond. Yo, I see you unfollowed me. I don't even respond. It's nothing even to talk about. So if you rock with somebody, you rock with somebody. If you don't, then you don't. But don't tell somebody else what to do with their platform. And come on the real. Don't show up to my junk because you don't like him. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm still going to rock with him. I was rocking with him first. And now I really ain't rocking with you. Have you noticed I ain't never had no rapper on my platform? Get out of here with that. Get on out of here with that. Let me read some more of these super chats and then we're going to get into the show. Matthew Washington says, I've been using a credit repair. What? I don't have a credit repair company. He said, I've been using credit repair companies to no results. I'm like, you ain't been talking to me. I don't got no credit repair company. All right, let me make sure I'm reading these correctly. He said, I've been using credit repair companies to no results. Hold on, maybe I can make this a little darker. Background. Can I make this darker? I might have to figure this out later. All right, I've been using credit repair companies to no results. All right, y'all, listen. First and foremost, stop using credit repair companies. I know you've said that people don't need to use credit companies. If I block a session, can you direct me in the right direction to get my credit right? You don't have to listen. I'm going to tell you how real I am. Let me tell you how real I am, fam. You don't have to book a session with me to get your credit right. You need to stop spending money on things that don't add value into your life. I'm going to be the father that you've never had, Mr. Matthew, and I'm not going off on you. I'm going to be real with you. You don't need to book a session with me. You don't need to spend your money with me in order to know that for somebody to just tell you the honest to God truth. Why aren't you paying your bills? A. Why are you trying to use credit? Because then that just tells me that you're not doing the thing that's in your own best interest and you overspending. Then they gamifying you because all credit is, listen, I'm not saying credit is bad. But what I'm saying is if you at the point where you're trying to repair your credit so you can do some other shit that you're not supposed to be doing, you shouldn't be using credit at this point. You're not mature enough, you're not grown enough, you're not wise enough to actually even be in a space where you need to use credit. So you need to honestly just get to the point to where you can pay off your bills, right? Lower your expenses, lower your lifestyle, and stop spending money on shit that you shouldn't even have listen, you shouldn't have a credit card. You shouldn't be having credit. You need to pay your shit on time, and you shouldn't even need a credit repair service in the first place. Don't book a session with me asking me to help you fix your credit. You need to pay your shit on time. I'm not going to give you the whole shebang because then y'all going to be like, Anton is a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. You don't need to book a session with me in order to get your credit right. Stop trying to have people give y'all shortcuts in order to do the thing that's in your own best interest. No. Don't book a session with me if you're looking to figure out how to fix your credit. Pay your shit on time, lower your expenses, take care of your business, pay off your student loans, stop getting credit cards, pay off the interest on a credit card first, use the debt snowball method. Dave Ramsey has made it famous. Pay the smallest credit card first, the minimum amount on the rest of them, and then snowball the amount over to the next credit card, the next biggest credit card until you pay them all off first. Pay your bills on time, stop financing cars, get you a hoopty and ride that bitch until the wheels fall off. Pay cash for it. Get your money right. And then you can start making investments in things that actually add value into your life. That's the real. That's the real. I'm not going to give y'all no shortcuts. It ain't no shortcuts to success. That's not what we do. We ain't no credit gurus. We ain't none of that. We life gurus. We make the best decisions that's going to happen, and that's going to make your life pleasurable in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. We tell you to do the thing that's in your best interest and stay down now so that you can live the rest of your life in bliss. That's what we do over here at the Bag Chasers. Ain't no shortcuts. I see Jamal in the chat. Jamal will tell you. I told Jamal, I said, I fucking chewed Jamal out in a coaching session. Jamal, I hate to use you as an example. I hate to use it as an example, Jamal, but you my guy. I chewed Jamal. Jamal will tell you. I chewed Jamal the fuck out. I said, so we gonna do this? I probably lit into Jamal, and Jamal got thick skin, and this is my guy in real life. Jamal gotta have thick skin because I chew, and see, this is the difference between men and women. We hold each other accountable in real life. So when Jamal come up with me and he be like, yo, Ton, what up, fam? I love you, fam. What up, so on and so forth. When y'all see him in the chat, know that the night before I was chewing Jamal the fuck out. Oh, so this is what we doing? Man, why you ain't gonna do the right thing in your best interest? What the fuck you doing, Jamal? Man, don't try to play me, man. This is how I be talking to him. He'll tell you. That's why he laughing. When y'all get a man that came out of the Bag Chasers that got a coaching call with me, you gonna get a complete man. You gonna get a dude that has got the character, that ain't taking no shortcuts, that's taking care of business, that's gonna be a good father, that is on top of things, that got rid of all of the bullshit out of their life so that they can get themselves together. When I kick it with my guys, I don't fuck around. Yo, Jamal, what the fuck we doing, bro? Oh, so you gonna act like I ain't heard what I heard? Man, get your fucking life together, bro. And when you get your life together, they can't ignore Superman. They can't ignore Superman. What we doing, bro? Jamal is fucking killing it right now. He is killing it in real life. Killing it. He don't miss no more. I'm working on some other things with Jamal. We on the next level now. We on level 3 and level 4. We already got past level 0, level 1, and level 2. But y'all need to stop taking shortcuts. Stop taking shortcuts, fam. It's the truth. You get a Bag Chaser dude, you get a whole nother group of dudes. We different. Shout out to the Service USA says, good morning, family. Get this game and keep the likes up. Shout out to all of my people keeping the likes up. My dog, Chef, says, on delay, my first co-host hated you. I'm being cool. I know he hated me. He still hate me. But it's all right. He gonna figure it out. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And hey, Kojak said, look at Kojak. Anton been talking this like this since the first day I met him almost 27 years ago. Real talk. And this is how I talk. Yo, when I was in high school, they had this joke about me in high school because they said I always used to, when I had my backpack on and I would walk with my chest out, because they said that I felt like I was better than everybody else. You know what they was telling me back in high school? Hey, you know what they was telling me back in high school? They said, Anton think he better than everybody else. And I was like, you goddamn right. I feel like this is in high school. They said, Anton feel like he better than everybody else. And then you know what else they said? They said, pride cometh before a fall. Where? I've been winning my whole fucking life. Where? They still saying that shit on the internet today. Oh, the Lord is going to take you down. Hold on. Where? They took him down. They ain't taking me. Where? I'm God's favorite. I'm one of God's favorite. Oh, I'm going to get on you punk ass Christians at the end of the show. Don't worry. I got that thumbnail for a reason. I'm a cook, and then you punk ass Christians, yeah, I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. Just because I'm a Christian, just because I believe in Jesus, don't mean that some of y'all ain't some punk ass bitches. Yes, you, your mama, your daddy, you's a punk ass bitch. And y'all keep sending me these emails acting like y'all holy and holier than thou and full of the Jesus. Don't worry. The dark angel is going to address you if I got time at the end of the show. Lord, bless me to have enough time to be able to deal with these bitch ass Christians when I get done with this live stream. I'm going to deal with y'all in a minute. All right. So let me get back to what I wanted to talk about. All right. So make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. It's Friday. All right. Michael Jordan is making some moves. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Charlotte Hornets owner Michael Jordan is reportedly in serious talks to sell a majority stake of the franchise.
Charlotte Sports Live's Gabe McDonald live in the studio breaking down the potential deal. Gabe.
Yeah, guys, a report coming from ESPN earlier this evening. According to that report, no deal is imminent. However, there is significant momentum regarding a potential sale to Hornets minority owner Gabe Plotkin and Rick Schnall, minority owner for the Atlanta Hawks. If the sale does indeed happen, both men would be co-governors of the Charlotte Hornets. Now, that report from ESPN also says that Michael Jordan would still remain on board with a minority stake in the franchise. Now, keep in mind, he is still the only black majority owner in the NBA. Now, just 3 years ago, Jordan sold a significant minority stake to Plotkin and Daniel Sondheim, founder of D1 Capital.
So let's start there. All right, and I'm reading super chats throughout the show, so I'm definitely going to get to you asking me about my green hat. Damn, I might have to go get my St. Patrick's Day hat, my Groku hat. Anyways, I get to it. So, Michael Jordan, the one whose shoes y'all love the most. I'm not wearing Jordans. I don't have on no Jordans right now. I got on my Yeezys right now. I got on the Yeezys. I'm a Yeezy guy personally, so I'm still a Yeezy guy. The original Yeezys. The one before Adidas tried to cancel them. Michael Jordan, y'all love so much. Hey, remember when y'all kept talking about how we need to have ownership? We need to have ownership. We need to be more represented inside of these organizations. Remember? Why don't we have more black faces at the top of these boardrooms inside of the NHL and the NBA and the NFL, where we're the majority of the ones that's on the floor? Well, it's the same reason why. You're not going to like this part. It's the same reason why your mama and your grandmother and your great-grandfather actually bought their houses inside of these communities and the cities. And as soon as they pass it over into the next person in their family, y'all sold off the fucking plot of land. And now y'all want to sit here and talk about how we don't own no real estate, and the top 1% owns 90% of the real estate. Well, you sold off your mama's house. You sold off your mama's house so you can go and get a BBL over in Mexico, and then they can arrest y'all at the border and kill 2 of y'all. I see y'all pulling up to the different terminals inside of Miami. It's a terminal for the Spirit people, and it's a terminal for the Delta people. Now, I'm not tripping off of Spirit. I'm just saying that I'm a Delta guy, and I see the women that pull up to the Spirit terminal. And all of them hoes be having pillows in their hands. And if you look at the internet and you do any searches, most of them be sitting on their knees facing the seat because they can't sit down and they couldn't really afford the BBL in the first place. It's the truth. It's the truth. Michael Jordan and Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson. Why do you think that the Charlotte Hornets was called the Charlotte Bobcats at one point? Bob Johnson. You know, the one that was busting down Debbie Lee. Debbie Lee. We talked about that the other day. Debbie Lee. Bob Johnson actually was the owner of the Bobcats. Yo, Don Barton. Barton Cablevision, when they was rolling out the cable companies and they was forcing these environments and these companies and these municipalities in order to have a black owner or pick a black owner or a majority black owner. And Don Barton, a lot of y'all not even familiar with Don Barton. He was one of the first 100 millionaires, multi-millionaires, potentially billionaires. He wound up passing away. He was a prominent member in the Detroit fabric and a Detroit businessman. He wound up selling it, which then became Comcast and all of these other companies, which then became Xfinity that y'all can now purchase as far as becoming a publicly traded company. You can purchase shares in these companies, right? And so when you get the opportunity, let me say this. When you get the opportunity to then become a part of these communities and to participate in the places that you run in the Victim Olympics for, your heroes and your people, which they can do whatever they want with these things, decide that they want to sell out. They sell the companies and then you have no representation in it. And so how can you sit here and complain about what your representation is supposed to look like, whether it's the real estate, whether it's the ownership in these businesses, or whether you talking about these large companies? I watched a video the other day of how the Saudis move as far as how they're leveraging the money that they're making from oil in order to participate, buy up everything in Africa. They buying up everything in the United States. Asian and Chinese investors are becoming some of the biggest real estate holders in the United States of America, and they don't even touch the soil. They're becoming owners of a lot of these properties, and they have not even touched the soil. They're making deals across the internet. I'm tired of hearing you complain about ownership. Let me tell you what black people are, but I'm going to tell you after I get done reading the rest of this.
The report also says that Sondheim is part of the group that is looking to purchase the team. Now, of course, if the sale does go through, it would end Michael Jordan's 13-year run as majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. We did reach out to the team this evening, but have yet to hear back. The Hornets are...
So here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. I own a lot of properties in Metro Detroit. I'm growing to the point to where people in other communities, like other municipalities, because now I'm starting to expand my reach into other connecting municipalities, and even to the point to where I'm looking at, and Rita's trying to talk me out of it, I'm looking at buying up entire blocks and entire neighborhoods that has been forgotten about or forsaken within the city of Detroit itself, because all of my properties at this point are in the surrounding suburban communities in Oakland County, which is technically the richest county inside of Michigan, right? So all of my properties are in prominent communities and things like that, right? But I'm looking to get to the point to where now I'm starting to evaluate buying up entire blocks and then building. Why do you think that this is game, recognized game? Why do you think that I'm so dedicated to building this first home? Why I'm contracting my same general contractor that helped me build my first restaurant? Because I'm learning, I'm understanding, I'm taking the hits, I'm taking the lessons. I was talking to Luis, who's a part of the Patreon today, on a coaching call this morning, and he said, Anton, why are you so gung-ho? Why do you just continue to go into things that you don't even know yet and you're trying to I said, because that's what my life is. He said, explain. I said, I spend my time learning, investing. I'm going to lose a lot of money in the process of learning, but I'm going to become a master at it. And when I become a master at it, I'm going to make way more money on the back end. So I'm getting finessed about the things that I don't know now. But then when I learn it and I put my 10,000 hours in it and I'm paying this general contractor to teach me, and I'm paying him a lot of money, so I'm losing a lot of money on the front end that I could be saving if I did it the other way, right? Or if I just do turnkey properties like I had been doing before. But I'm losing a whole lot of money. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars. I'm investing and losing a lot of money on the front end because I'm having them show me, teach me, spend extra time, and time is money. And I'm paying these people, carpenters, electricians, architects, HVAC people, general contractors. I'm working with different people as far as the permitting process, general managers of the entire site and properties and things like that, concrete companies and all of this, building foundations, clearing the trees and all of this other type of stuff, leveling things out, seeing how much it's going to cost me as far as the assessor's office for how much they're going to start to evaluate the property for as far as a property tax perspective. All of these different things I'm learning, but it's costing me a lot of money to do it. And the reason why I'm so much better than your favorite guru is because they just took a fucking course. I did it in real life. So when I spend my money and then I give y'all the game inside of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. It's so easy for me to come on these live streams or these webinars and give you the game, or when you book a coaching call, because I did it. I suffered through it so that I can then implement it, master it. And then when I come to you, which is one of the reasons why I started a YouTube journey as far as documenting the game. I didn't come on YouTube as a guru and giving people a bunch of game. Even this Millionaire Morning Show is a residual effect of things that then happened in my life. But all of the shit was just documenting the journey so you can see where I came from, and then you understand who the person is that you're dealing with. So then when I start to give you the game inside of the Patreon, I've mastered it. I could talk about it like it's in the back of my head because it's just a part of my nature. I understand business and looking at things from a business perspective. I can break down Umar Johnson's situation and tell you whether or not I assess he's going to be successful or not from a business perspective. I can listen to somebody like a Boyce Watkins and can tell he spent his entire life inside of a classroom. He's never actually got busy, did any e-commerce, did any real estate, built anything. His entire life is based off of what it is that he can learn in a book and then teach it professor-wise. It ain't the same as being able to have your hands dirty, because even in business, they say mind your own business, meaning that they want you, and I'm going to reading the super chat shortly, they want you, if somebody comes to you and they tell you that this is a good recommendation as far as where you put your money in, the reason why I show the receipts is because I want to see that you put your money in too, and you already a part of it, because why is it so good for me, but it's not as good for you? Don't tell me that you a fucking analyst or can manage my portfolio. Show me your portfolio. Why is it so good for you to do it and not, or for me to do it and not for you to do it? So I master this shit myself. I'm willing to forego and lose money so that I can learn the process and then be able to come back and give you the game. But the overwhelming majority of black people, you know what I see? You know what they are? They fucking flippers. And I'm not talking about a flipper just from the aesthetics of a real estate. Yo, I'm gonna buy the property, hurry up and fix it up, put some paint on it, put some money in the spaces where it's probably gonna bring the most value out of the property, and then get it off and sell it to somebody, and then they the fool. We are flippers. We buy a car, clean it up, and then sell it to the next highest bidder. We don't even buy a property. We finance a property, try to finesse it really quickly, use a hard money loan, and then try to get it over to the next biggest person. Because we don't really see the inherent value in owning the land, owning the property, and real ownership. We talk about ownership in the black community, but we don't really understand what ownership is and what it means and what comes along with it. Ownership is power. It's not about making money. Listen to me, people. Listen, let me move this out the way so I can help you to understand it. Ownership is about power. You think that ownership is about generating passive income so you can be able to support a lifestyle. It's not. It's about determining the laws. It's about controlling the mayors and the county superintendents and the county treasurer, and being able to determine the millages and what gets built in what community and what county, and whether or not Amazon can come in or Walmart can come in and build within your community in order to run out all of the small businesses and small mom and pop shops is determining whether or not a high school is going to be over there or whether or not this is going to be over here, and how we zone in this over here, and then what roads are going to be built and how it is that we can participate in the government election, and whether or not they redraw and redistricting lines. Ownership is power. It's not about money. The money comes along with it. Anybody can get money. If you work hard enough, you can get money. But how do you redistribute wealth? So when I see people, and I have to break it down from a smaller perspective a lot of times when I'm talking about a lot of these different stories, and then people will say, well, Anton, why do you keep calling us in the oppression Olympics and the victim Olympics? Because you have the opportunity, you fumbled it, and you made a quick flip. Michael Jordan allegedly paid $150 million or something like that for the majority stake in the ownership, and at the time Charlotte Bobcats, and then renamed it to the Charlotte Hornets. He's possibly selling it, according to ESPN reports, for somewhere around $1.7, $1.8 billion. Now, to most black people, they're going to say, man, he came up on a bag. He killing it. To other owners within the NBA, they own it until they die. The only time that ownership changes hands in the NBA is when an owner dies. When Bill Davidson died and he died with the Pistons, then his people wind up selling it over into Tom Gores, who owns Platinum Equity, and they owning it as an asset. You don't see ownership really change hands over in the NFL, ever. You know why? Because it's power. You know how many incentives and how much they're able to bend the city over or bend these counties over in order to even threaten to move it over into a different county or whatever, so on and so forth? Man, the city of Chicago was begging the Bears to do it. Man, they was trying to throw every nook and cranny over. You know what owning the Ambassador Bridge did for Matty Maroon, which is the person that owns one of the direct connect routes, the most important route from the United States over to Canada, did for him? You know how much property he wound up and he was able to secure as around those areas, and he literally just sold the Michigan Train Central Depot Station over into the Ford Motor Company for almost $1 billion. He sat on that property. He wasn't trying to make a quick flip. He sat on the property until he got them over a barrel in order to be able to leverage that in order to make other connections and deals that happen that you don't even know of. It's a power play. Now, it's not about money. You keep looking at these rappers and they keep throwing this money over the screen and you getting enticed. That don't mean shit. It's about power. And so when you sell your grandmammy's home and Michael Jordan sell the Charlotte Hornets and the Bobcats, and y'all go and get some more shoes, and you got fucking his son over there dating that modern chick, Larsa Pippen, and everything like that, I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing from you. I don't want to hear anything else from the black community until you stop fucking talking about how much you can get your credit up and you start spending more time accumulating assets and wealth. Because together with these assets and wealth, you then are able to control the narrative of what happens in your state, your communities, and even the fucking election. Man, I can go so much deeper on this. I can go so deep on this. It's about power. It's a concentration of power. They build you a little park in your community and you get excited. They build you a little park in your community and you get excited. Look how much we pouring into the kids. Meanwhile, they stealing every single thing up from under you, including the very land in which your ancestors sold you from. Africa ain't even Africa no more. They might as well name it China-Africa and Saudi-Africa. They might as well name Africa, Saudi-Africa, and China-Africa. Because it ain't a black person that have any kind of concentration of power inside of that place. They done stole every mineral, every oil, every coin, every gold, every diamond, everything, and they controlling the distribution of it so that you still think that diamonds mean something. And now you got all of these rappers wearing their chains with all of these blood diamonds in it because you think that it means something just to impress people that don't give a fuck about you. And we still talking about power. We still talking about America. We still talking about what it is that you're supposed to do within these economies in these countries. You still asking for a fucking handout. You can't even pay your own student loan debt, and you asking Biden for forgiveness so that you can vote for him and that he can keep you over a barrel. And you don't understand that this is a concentration of power. You don't understand why every fucking Congress member is rich. Every person that's in every legislative branch wind up getting rich. How is that possible when they only make a salary of $100 and something thousand a year? How is every fucking legislator rich? Ask yourself that question. We still talking about flipping and asking for handouts? Every single legislator is loaded. Loaded. Y'all can't understand for the life of y'all why people would even go for these positions because they don't even pay no money. The president of the fucking United States actual salary is less than $500,000 a year, and you can't understand why Trump is going for that office. You can't figure it out to save your life. You think that they going for the salary. You can't figure out why anybody would put themselves in harm's way and be hated by the majority of the general public in order to take on a fucking public position. We had Rick Snyder. This dude took more L's as the governor of Michigan, especially for the Flint crisis, and this man was already a millionaire. He was a multi-tens, hundreds of millionaire, and this dude came in to fix Michigan because I'm a businessman. And y'all think that that was just because he loved the community? Y'all fucking insane? Are y'all crazy? Are y'all not listening to what I'm saying? Is this too deep for y'all? Are we going too deep? Did I use this whole Jordan situation and I went too deep for y'all? Are we going too deep, or are we just hitting the surface? Because it's Friday and I ain't got shit else to do. I got a show to go over there and record at like 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I ain't got shit else to do except for cook today. Am I going too deep? Every time your leaders and your people that you celebrate, and that's why y'all need to stop following fucking entertainers just because they can shoot a basketball, or just because they Jordan and you wear their shoes, or just because they can write a rap lyric, you sit there and you continue to think that you supposed to follow them because they was able to give a crossover, and that's the end of the conversation. Ownership don't change hands inside of the NFL. It don't change hands inside of it. You know why they call it the Good Old Boys Network? Crazy, man. Crazy. Let me get to some of these super chats because y'all ain't ready. Y'all not ready for this talk. We going too deep. Where's the green, Anton, and St. Patrick's Day? Y'all want me to go and get the green? Y'all want me to go get the hat? Because I'm activated right now. I'm hoodie time right now. I might not even go with the green. I might just go hoodie time on y'all today. I wasn't able to get this type of energy off on the Lapeef network last night because I kind of retired from the panels. But I'm still hoodie down. You know what I'm saying? We hoodie time activated with a little bit of Zaddy Gray up in there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the BIG podcast. Says Good Friday, family. Shout out to AD for clipping vids up for the stragglers. People keep asking me and they keep saying, Anton, why don't you put timestamps in between the videos? That's what the fucking clips is for. If you don't want to watch a whole show and you ain't trying to get this game, then watch a clip. I'm not putting no timestamps. I'm not doing that. I already got enough things on my plate that I got to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Carrie Spencer says, hey, Anton and Rita, great day, everyone. Shout out to Carrie E. Spencer in the building. I love that picture, baby girl. Danzy Land de Sol says, do you think the homes in Highland Park will be a good investment? The answer is no. Because until we start embracing police and start to get rid of these liberal policies, no. Anywhere, any community that the average household income is less than $13,000 a year, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not a good investment. That is a gamble that you are going to lose on 10 times out of 10. If you try to buy anything over there and you try to fix it up, The next morning when you show up, all of the windows are going to be taken. All of the copper piping is going to be gone. Anything you put in there is going to be taken. So, no. I say no. Couldn't watch Lapeef last night because you weren't there. You watching me right now, Cook, though, big dog. Shout out to you, Christopher Payne. I appreciate you. The Service USA says Anton is absolutely correct. In China, I read an article about China having interests in the ranch of interest in the ranch during the Bundy standoff with the feds. They own everything. Not under my watch, though. What up, Anton? You preaching today. Shout out to D Knight is in the building. Jamal Williams says, salute. Let's get that bag. I appreciate you, Jamal Williams. Thank you, my friend. Bahiuddin says, Anton giving them powernomics. They ain't ready. They ain't never been ready, but you going to learn today. I think that there's, if you in the Metro Detroit area, I think that there's better opportunities for you before you start looking at Highland Park. Don't go for the cheapest opportunities. Go for the things that makes the most sense. If y'all really want me to go into that, come up on the Patreon panel this Sunday. It'll probably this Sunday. I'm doing a webinar inside of the Patreon where y'all be able to basically ask me any financial question. I'm going to start off giving y'all a baseline of information. But if anybody has ever been in a mastermind session, which those are pre-recorded and those are on the Patreon. If you ever been in a webinar with me, those are pre-recorded and I'll re-upload those onto the Patreon. So every mastermind session, and I have over 60-something videos, everything that I've ever done as far as having these sessions outside of the in-person Patreon meetups, which I'm announcing that this weekend also, is inside of the Patreon. So that link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Shout out to Rob B is in the building. I appreciate you, big dog, for holding me down and supporting the platform. And thank you to everybody. Let me get to some of these cash apps too, because I want to make sure I acknowledge y'all. Shout out to Michael Gibson is in the building with the 10 ball. I appreciate you. Melvin Johnson says, gotta love the bag chasers. Captain is in the building. Omar Gearing says, for inspiration to finish. Shout out to Omar. I love you, my friend. And Mike Guest says, for the morning show support. I also want to acknowledge, let me see. Ralph Geehee says, for keeping up the amazing work. Thank you to everybody that supports the platform and hold us down. I absolutely love you. Heather says, oh, okay, never mind. I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting and holding me down. I appreciate y'all. My dog Aaron says, they destabilize, watch the value go down, then they can buy it on the cheap. Watch how China is buying up Ethiopia during the Civil War. You ain't got to worry about that. You know where they did that at? Downtown Detroit. You know what downtown Detroit looks like now? A fucking amazing place. How do you think that they got all of the land in order to build the Little Caesars Arena where the Red Wings and the Pistons play now? How they was able to move the Pistons back down to Detroit? That's exactly what they did. During the 2008 recession and afterwards, that's exactly what they did. Shout out to Ian. Ian says, I procrastinated the one-on-one for April, but I'm locked in for June. Let's get it. Let's get it to everybody that's got a coaching call. I love you. I appreciate you. And let's give a salute to all of the bag chasers and on Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let's continue to cook, ladies and gentlemen. Ja Morant. The name of this show is called Ja Jordan. Ja Jordan. Everybody with a J in their name. Starting off their name. We got smoke for you today. Now, I'm not saying that Jordan is a bad person, and I'm not saying that he made a bad business deal. Obviously, he's making a lot of money as a result of his divesting from equity inside of the Charlotte Hornets. I'm just saying, black people, I'm tired of y'all complaining about something that y'all got control over. Reading super chats throughout the show. Shout out to the Illusionist. I'm coming to you next, big dog. Let's continue.
Thank you for taking the time.
Yes, sir.
And you're 23 years old. You're a superstar. What's the last 10 or 11 days been like for you, and how are you doing?
Me personally, I feel mentally good.
It's so low, I'm trying to actually turn it up, but that's just how low the video is. Don't worry about it. It's nothing I can do with it. ESPN uploaded this video, and it's very, very, it's very low. So y'all just gonna have to bear with it. But he's being interviewed by Jalen Rose, and so I guess they wanted to make sure that he was interviewed by a black person so that they can better understand him. But it's kind of low. But I'm gonna mute myself while this is playing in between, so that y'all can hear a little bit of what it is that he's saying.
That I haven't, been in, many years since I, really got drafted to the league. I'm in a space where I'm, very comfortable. I took those, days to be able to, learn how to pretty much be there for myself and, learn, different ways to, manage stress in a positive way.
So, in particular, if you don't mind getting into detail, like what were you doing these last 10 days and what did it teach you about yourself?
Just learning, I can open up. I can, express my feelings, and that it's, okay to be able to express your feelings. So, I was constantly, talking to therapists. I've been doing, Reiki treatment. I've been doing anxiety breathing, different stuff to, help me manage that and, release, all that stuff from my body.
How stressful?
If this is not saying, don't worry, I was cussing offline. I'm trying to limit the amount of cussing. So whenever you hear me go out like that, I'm saying some things I probably don't want to be heard on YouTube specifically. If this don't scream, I want to save my Powerade contract. I want to save my Nike contract. I want to actually have my image. I'm not muted. Don't worry. I want to actually have my image fixed as a result of it. Nothing says I'm actually trying to get back into the good graces of everybody else, like saying that I went to therapy. Nothing says I'm trying to get back into the good graces of the general public, like saying that I went to therapy. I've learned breathing techniques. I've learned how to control myself, and that it is okay to not be okay. It is okay to not be okay. I've learned breathing techniques and tactics to better control myself, and it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to hug yourself and to love yourself. Love is key. Love is key. Boy, if you don't get your...
Can it be being Ja Morant?
Very. And I felt like, I didn't pay enough attention to that, when it got rough, and, I pretty much just let it all build up. And that's why I felt like, I needed, my time away to, better myself and, become a more healthy Ja.
I needed time away to become a more healthy Ja. Now this nigga speaking about himself in third person. No, fam. They said, I'm going to need you to step away indefinitely because you out here messing up these white folk money. You out here messing up all of the bag and you messing up these white folk good money. You did not step away voluntarily. Who?
I admire you for that because at different points of my life, to be honest with you, I've had friends and family members suggest I do the same thing. And
When did Jalen Rose become a puppet? Listen, Jalen, I know you securing the bag for the interview and stuff like that. When did Jalen Rose become a puppet? I admire you for that. The way that you stepped away and to better yourself, to become a better person. You're probably over there with Charlemagne the God who was accused of raping a young woman and all of that. I admire you. Charlemagne is an advocate for therapy. I admire you for stepping away, learning more about yourself, getting into therapy, learning breathing techniques, and doing a thing that's gonna save your NBA career.
have done that, and for you to actually take that step is a very important one. When did you look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do this? Because it was reported a couple of days ago that it happened. But
When he got suspended indefinitely and when he was in the club throwing up that gun. He had that little pea shooter in his hand like somebody was scared of that.
you say, I'm going to do this and it's necessary?
After I made a, terrible mistake, being inside a club and, went live, I put myself in, a bad position. And also it's, my daughter. There's times where she even tell me if she's, had a bad day. And I felt like, if she can tell me that, then, I can be able to go and talk to somebody as well.
John, when did you realize I need to get some counseling? Tell me that morning, your thought process, and when you entered.
It was that morning, when I woke up and, seen my, name on all over the media for,
Nigga. Now, again, it's a difference between black people and niggas. Nigga. You was on a whole live basically spitting in everybody's face with your little pea shooter in the club. Right after the game. Listening to Lil Baby. This is why y'all need to stop listening to black music. It's ruining y'all whole life.
Bad reasons, the wrong reasons, which I didn't, wanted to see. And, I made a call.
His team,
said,
translation.
I need to get away and
Let me translate for y'all. His agent and his team said you fucking up the money. You're getting suspended. That the call came into him, not he made a call.
I need to, find myself again. And, that's when I entered the counseling program. And,
I need to
I've
find
been
myself
there for
again.
a couple weeks now.
When you get drafted, you go from being a member of the crew, a member of the family, to, in a lot of ways, these are your staff and employees, because you're trying to put everybody on and you're trying to put everybody in position to be successful because they help you become who you are. So I know it's tough to figure out.
Ja's real name is Clarence. And Ja was raised with two good parents. And Ja's parents had a really good marriage. Ja ain't real. He shook. Because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. He's scared to death. He's scared to look in his fucking yearbook. Fuck Cranbrook. And Ja's parents had a really good marriage. He's studio gangster. He should have been tapped in with Shannon Sharp, but they was too busy trying to fight him on the court. Fuck a beat. I go a cappella. Fuck a Papa Doc. Fuck all y'all. And fuck y'all if you doubt me. I'm a fucking piece of white trash. I say it proudly. And fuck this battle. I'm outie. Man, tell his people something they don't know about me. Fuck free world. Fuck free world. Y'all remember that? Y'all never watched 8 Mile? Y'all never watched 8 Mile? And Josh's parents had a really good marriage. I am white trash. I am my Uncle Tom. I do live in a trailer with my mom. And Mooks did fuck my girl. I'm still standing here saying fuck the free world. You don't know what the fuck I've been through, but I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. What's the matter, dog? You embarrassed? This guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence.
Professionally, who can roll with me and who I need to leave behind in order to chase my goals. So for you, what has it been like for you over these last couple of weeks, and how has it been for you to make tough decisions about who you rolling with as it relates to your inner circle?
It definitely has been tough because, I'm big on loyalty, but, You know, I had, like I said, have to, you know, be there for myself. I have to, you know, put myself in good position. So, you know, I have to, you know, find out, you know, who's really for me and who's going to help me, you know, be in good positions at all times. And, you know, that's the decisions I had to make, you know, decisions, you know, I felt good about and very comfortable about that, you know, I'm going to be in a positive, you know, light now with everything, you know, that I've made, everything that I've learned in my 2 weeks.
Translation, leave them niggas alone. Send them niggas packing. They up here threatening the staff. They messing up the money. They got you feeling and thinking that you tough and all of this other type of stuff. And he talking about, I got to figure out who for me. Homie, you not LeBron James. You're not LeBron James. You're not LeBron James. You don't know how to get your team in order. This is why we don't, listen, we don't love and celebrate the people that's winning. We give the majority of our attention over into the people. This is why I always highlight and celebrate people like LeBron, even though I don't like the stance that LeBron takes on a lot of things. One thing you can't say about LeBron is that he didn't do all of it the right way. The dude built the school for the parents and the kids back in his native town. He won a championship for Cleveland. He brought the right people along with him that actually helped build his businesses and became his business partners and managers that didn't added value to his life. The dude married his high school sweetheart. He ain't never been involved in no gangs and nothing like that. Now, y'all may not like the decision, but y'all got to give LeBron his props. He is the personification of black excellence when it comes to doing things the right way. That is a fact. So we sitting here and we celebrating Ja, but we don't give enough props over to LeBron for actually being a representation of how we're supposed to move within our family household. His daughter has grown up in a strong family household. They following in their father's footsteps. He actually stayed in the NBA long enough to get his sons put on. That's what we should be doing in our community. He owns everything. He buys everything. He owns a bunch of real estate. He owns production companies and everything you can fucking think of. That's the blueprint. Fuck Ja Morant, rock with LeBron James. LeBron James. LeBron James.
You talked about going live, but it's also in the news that Adam Silver, that you met with him today, and he suspended you for 8 games for conduct detrimental to the league. What was that meeting like?
It was good. Pretty much, you know, an open discussion. Obviously, you know, he said, you know, things, you know, I need to, you know, be better at, but, you know, more of just, you know, showing his support towards me, you know, and I accepted that. And, you know, I also, you know, sent my apologies, you know, to everybody, you know, the league, you know, myself, my teammates, my family for, you know, putting that negativity towards, you know, all of us with a, you know, bad decision.
What were you thinking and feeling at that moment when you decided to go live? Did you realize that you was going live? Did you think that you would just record?
What type of softball questions is these? I thought Jalen Rose was actually an interviewer. Like, I understand that you let the person speak their piece or whatever, but this just sounds like it's set up. It sounds like this is just a PC move. Like, you met with Adam Silver, you met with his people, and it's like, all right, so listen, we going to get you on ESPN. We already got a really good relationship with them because they're the ones that aired a lot of the NBA games. We going to sit you in front of the guy that got some spiky hair, Jalen Rose. And shout out to Jalen Rose. I actually like Jalen Rose. He from Detroit. That's my guy. Shout out to Jalen Rose. But this just sounds like it's a PR move. It doesn't really sound like a real interview where we're learning more about Ja or he's actually giving his authentic thoughts. It sounds like they gave him a pre-approved amount of questions that he can answer, and he already know the questions that's going to be asked. And when he asks that question, we know exactly what it is that he's going to say. He's going to say the right things. You know what? I had to make some right decisions about who was in my corner, who wasn't. Some people you got to leave behind. I got therapy. I learned my breathing techniques. I'm very glad that Adam Silver suspended me 8 games because it gave me an opportunity to really learn a lot about myself. I've never been actually able to sit down. Jalen Rose sitting here asking, did you know you was about to go live? Did you know you was about to do it? It sounds very PC-ish, to be honest with you.
What was your state of mind at that point?
I'm pretty much just trying to be free. You know, I used that as an escape, which I shouldn't have. And I feel like that's the reason, you know, I made many, you know, bad decisions, you know, in my past, which doesn't, you know, pretty much describes me, doesn't describe Ja as a person. You know, I'm totally different person, you know, than.
Money does not make you a better person. It makes you more of what you already are. You can't sit here and tell us that that's not who you are when that's exactly who it is that you are. You was the person that wanted to be a gangster when you was growing up, and despite the fact that Clarence's parents had a really good marriage, and this is what it is that we see. So it's not that that's not who you are as far as you not being from the hood and not going to a good school. It's that that's not who you are as far as what you were trained to be from your parents that had your back and held you down, and now you want to hang out with all of these niggas. That's what it is.
What's been shown, in the media, that's.
Dang, when I see Jod on the sideline of the Pistons game next year, hopefully he didn't look at this interview. Listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. These punk-ass celebrities and these punk-ass basketball players, they be searching their name in the YouTube algorithm. They do. I promise to God they do. Every dude that's seen me before in my life, these dudes be looking at shit. They be knowing who people are. They be knowing, they be researching. They be on your fucking channels and your Instagrams and shit. They genuinely be knowing who you are. You stand up to say shit to me, oh, fuck you. I know who you are. No, fuck you. Then they be over there telling the ref, he threatened me, trying to get a nigga thrown out of the NBA game, and I done paid all of these goddamn money for all of these seats, paying $100,000 a year for these seats. Bitch, don't you try to set me up for failure. Shout out to Andre Drummond. Shout out to Blake Griffin. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Boogie Cousins who tried to get me thrown out of an NBA game. I told your punk ass that day that you had one more year in the league and you was out of there, buddy. You were out of there, Boogie Cousins. And guess what? You're fucking out of there, guy. He gonna get mad at me because he was at the free throw line. Maybe I need to pull up that video. He gonna get mad at me because he was at the free throw line. And I said, listen, stop whining and stop cussing on my basketball court. He said, fuck you, whatever, such and such and such. I said, I ain't even gonna argue back with you, Boogie. I'm not gonna argue back with you, Boogie. Because you're only gonna be here for 40 more games. You're out of here, buddy. You're out of here. We're not even gonna worry about you, Boogie. You think I'm lying? You think, okay. Watch this. Anton will pull up the receipts. I will pull up the goddamn receipts for those of y'all that is not familiar with what it is that we do over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. He tried to get me thrown out. He tried to get me thrown out of the motherfucking game. I said, Boogie, what are you doing, Boogie? Why are you trying to get me thrown out, Boogie? And then I gave him the heart signal. I gave him the, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family and a big fan. Hey, George Blaha George Blaha is the announcer for the Pistons. He said, oh my God, we have a fan interaction. And they fucking walked me down to the security tunnel. I said, man, y'all know me. Y'all know I ain't said nothing out of line. Yeah, Boogie keeps telling the ref. I said, listen, I'm going back to my seat. I'm up there getting walked to the security tunnel. Boogie Cousins going, get out of here. Get out of here. These dudes is sensitive. And then they'll block you on Instagram. Don't block me from Instagram. Don't you block me from Instagram. You ain't that important. You are not that important, buddy. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family.
Thank you for taking the time.
Yes, sir.
And
let me see what else Josh saying, if he's saying anything relevant.
It was good. Pretty much, an open discussion, with my recent mistakes, but, in the future, I'm going to show everybody who John really is, what I'm about, and, change this narrative.
I see y'all. I'm about to read the super chat shortly.
And you know how this works. So now when the IG live video happens and the public sees you with the gun, now they go back and dig up everything that they feel like has been attached to your name over the last couple of years. And it was important for me to give you the opportunity to address it, because at 23 years of age, you don't want to be talking about missteps your whole life. And so there was the incident allegedly after the Pacers game. and somebody was allegedly pointing a red dot at some of their personnel. Can you shed light on what happened after that game?
This part I want to hear.
Majority of the things, that's happened in the past, obviously, I kind of put myself into by even being there. But all the incidents you've seen recently, most of them is a lie. And, I can't speak too much, on those situations because all of them are sealed. And I really can't wait to be able to, finally tell the truth. But, what I can say is, like I said before, none of those are my character. And I'm a big family guy. I always care for my family. So it was just me, checking on my family's safety. Once my family, was safe, I left the scene.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but your homeboys, your homies is the one that was out here making you look bad. Man, this ain't nothing but a puff piece. I don't want to see no more of this. This is a puff piece interview. This is the PC interview. I wanna fix everything. This is all of that. I'm about to read these super chats. Forget all of that nonsense. Shout out to the Illusionist. Says exactly. More people should have called Future a sellout for selling his entire catalog for $10 million. I'm looking forward to our coaching call in the next few days. Shout out to the Illusionist is in the building with the 20 ball. Chester Williams is in the building. Says literal definition of a landlord. They are land owners. Get to the bag. Shout out to you for the 5 ball. My dog. Shout out to my dog, Jay Woodfin. Says, God damn it, Anton. We out here trying to get rich just so they can render our dollar useless. Ownership will continue to ensure we have a seat at the table. See you in LA in a few weeks at Marcellus Wiley's. Marcellus Wiley's. For the Patreon podcast. Looking forward to meeting you, bro. Drinks on me. Yo, I'm not going to even tell y'all the type of bag chasers that we got that's putting me. Yo, shout out to Jay Woodfin. Jay Woodfin, and I don't want y'all sitting there trying to tap in to utilize his connects in order to do some of the shit that I did as far as being able to get people put on. Jay Woodfin is one of my connections. Yo, Jay Woodfin is the person that hooked me up with Marcellus Wiley. And Marcellus was like, yo, fam, I like what you're doing. I'm watching your stuff or whatever. I said, yo, shout out to Jay Wood. Shout out to the bag chasers. Listen, we have the best and brightest as a part of our network inside of the bag chasers. If you are not a Patreon member and then clicked on the link inside of any one of the most recent videos in order to be able to join the Discord, or if you have not shown up to any of the Patreon meetups, you should have done so because we are going to do some incredible things and we got some things on the docket for y'all lined up this year. If you are not a part of the bag chasers, or the people that is connected with the group of people that's going in the direction that you want to be in, you are missing out. Shout out to my dog, Jay Woodfin is in the building. I love you, my friend. I love you. Mr. Lone Star says, it seems like Jalen was avoiding the tough questions to help smooth over the fact that the feds are so involved in the gun situation in Colorado. That's a heck of an observation right there. My dog Brock says, pass a love offering every day you have me saying, this dude's stupid. His real name is Clarence. I'm coming to you, Tam. Hold on. Persevere Data TV says they want a fan with sense. They want a fan with sensitivity. A man like They don't know nothing about that. They want a fan with sensitivity. A man like me. Shout out to my dog, Persevere Data TV is in the building. Rob B says, what up, Anton? I'm about to have my first child in June. Congratulations! How do I juggle being instrumental in my kid's life and working towards my future? You want to know the honest to God truth about that, Rob B? You want to know the honest? You want me to tell you the truth? Fuck them kids, man. I know that sounds harsh, Rob. And you're going to be like, Anton, don't say fuck my kids. I'm not saying fuck your kids. I'm saying fuck them kids. Now, what does Anton mean by saying fuck them kids? I'm meaning that, yo, it is a reason why you got a wife. It's a reason. Listen, your job, them motherfucking kids, because kids is bad as hell, especially when they're young. Them motherfucking kids, they not even going to remember nothing until they like 7 years old. You got like a 5-year window to where you can spend all of the time that you want when you get home, but your ass need to be out there grinding, getting it, and putting in that work so that you can put them in a position to be able to go to college without having to have student loans taken out. Your job is to grind. Your job is to hustle. Your job is to focus. Don't let no woman tell you that I need you to spend more time with the children. Them little badass kids they can't even remember nothing before they like 7 years old. What is her job? What is her job? They sleep half the day anyway. Let her breastfeed. You know what I'm saying? Come home, throw them in the air. Make sure that you let the kids know that daddy is king. Because listen, let me tell you about kids, especially when they're younger. Rita was the bad guy when my kid was coming up. Rita was the bad guy because Rita spent all of the time with the kids, and I was out working two day jobs and going to school. So then when I got home, all they knew was, daddy's fun, daddy's fun. You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter, my niece, and my other niece was all born around the exact same time. So they all like the same age. And so all of the kids would be around each other all the time. And so when the fathers would come in, we was the superheroes because all we did was play and have fun and roll around in the sand with them and stuff like that. And then the mothers and stuff, they would be random them around and trying to discipline them and getting them in order. And they'd be like, I want to be with daddy. So you're going to be the superhero for like the first 5 or 6 years because all they going to know is having a great time with daddy. Daddy, come save us from mommy. And then the mama is going to be feeling jealous because of the relationship that you got with your kid. So this is the time that you really take advantage because you're going to have to kick their ass when they get older. Where my belt at? Lay it on them a little bit, give them a couple love taps, and then by the time that they turn 12 and 13, you ain't got to give them a whooping no more because they've already learned a lesson. Look at that. I gave you a whole crash course on raising your kid the right way so they're not for the streets, man, when they get older. But no, man, fuck them kids. Go and work, take care of your business, spend time grinding and hustling and going to get that bag, man. The best thing you can do for your family is provide. The best thing that you can do for your family is to be a phenomenal provider. Your love, a man's love towards his family is when you get home and the lights cut on and the 429s is funded and the 401ks is set and everybody is in a great space. It's your job to grind and hustle. Don't sit there fucking being up under them kids all day. Go and get that fucking bag. That's what men do. All right? Look at Rita talking about life ain't fair. She was whining. Why y'all always got to be the bad guy? Because I'm the fun daddy. I'm the fun daddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. Listen, I had another story that I wanted to share with y'all. But we are an hour and a half in. I've been getting cut off back and forth. And so I want to pivot. And I'm going to save this story for Monday because it's not going anywhere. All right? So I'm not even going to mention it. I'm going to talk about what I promised y'all I was going to talk about and revisit a minute ago. Right? Let's end it on a somber note. Okay? Before they try to cut me off again, I want to end this on a somber note. Now, who is this? I believe his name is Pastor Gray. Pastor Gray? All right. I got a whole bunch of budget videos for y'all lined up. Oh, let me get to a couple more super chats really quickly before we get it rocking. For the dance, he gave me the $5 for the dance, Lawrence. I appreciate you. Shout out to my girl Tam says, I am here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Listen, y'all not going to keep on sending me super chats so that I can imitate these celebrities and do these movies and do all of these dances because y'all know I am a pop culture fiend. That's why I had to get away from fucking black culture, because it was so toxic for me, because everything I did was an imitation of knowing what everybody else was doing. I knew every lyric. What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? Wu-Tang is forever, motherfucker. This for my nickels and my niggas. Can't define how I'll be dropping these mockeries. Y'all don't want me to get into it. Flee with the lottery. Possibly they spotted me. I loved great movies and great pop culture. So shout out to Tam for holding me down for the 100 ball and also for being a bag chaser. I love you, Tam. You are absolutely awesome. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Shout out to Christian Bailey with the 20 ball, just supporting the platform. Yeah. Shout out to Christian Bailey and everybody that's rocking. I appreciate y'all for the super chats and the cash apps, but I gotta go somber. So any other cash apps and super chats, I will be reading them after I get on these punk ass Christians. Now, some of y'all may want to turn off. Y'all, I know y'all like to watch me inside of the daycare in front of all of the kids. Leave it on in front of the daycare for the kids, because they need to see what a real man talk about and how we talk out here in these streets. They're going to be out here finding out what they got to go home to their mama, and their mama is doing way worse things than I'm talking about on this live stream. So lead us up in the church. Lead it, church folk. I had some people that sent me some a DM, and they said, Anton, I be having to turn it down. And you gonna have to learn how to not talk so aggressively, because we be watching this in the church. This is for the church folk. What y'all think, that they don't be watching P-Valley and all of this other dumb junk when they leave the church? Listen, God is trying to tell you something. Lead us up. Leave me up. Don't turn me down. Leave me up. Let me tell you about these Christians. I had a person that sent me a message today. And I've been looking at these messages for a while now. Like it be different people they be sending me. And let me tell you what they told me. I'm going to tell you word for word what they told me. I'll memorize it. They said, and think about this. They go out of their way to write this junk to me in my email and my DMs and everything, right? And they said, as a Christian, I'm not joining your Patreon. Hold on. There's more. They said, as a Christian, I'm not joining your Patreon. I'm going to go with real Christians that actually believe in God and can give us the game at the same time, like Myron Golden. You know what I did? You know what I did when I read that? I cried. And tears dropped down my eyes. And I sobbed. And I was heartbroken that I wasn't more like Myron Golden. Now, shout out to Myron Golden, because I like Myron Golden stuff. I think that Myron Golden is awesome. I even thought about getting me one of them things, you know, them little clear things that be coming around their mouth that they be doing with the TED Talk when they be talking, and it's like a little microphone so I can look more professional. I said, fuck all of that. I'm going to go ahead and rock out with this Shure mic. This mic is expensive. This microphone is very, very expensive. I'm going to rock out with this Shure mic, and fuck you. I typed it back to him. I said, fuck you. As a Christian. Fuck you as a Christian. Look, I'm not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. Some of y'all need to be in churches with cotton stockings. And that's cool. Others of you like to go to non-denominational churches. And that's awesome. I done pissed off every single person, every sect of person from every walk of life. I done went off on black people. I done went off on white people. I done went off on men, women, Asians, Jewish people, Arabic people, Chaldeans, immigrants, Africans, Ethiopians, Jamaicans, and these fucking Nigerians. I love my Nigerians, and I'll be going off on them too. And you know what they do? You know what they do? All these people, you know what they do? They be cracking up. They think it is hilarious. Because A, they can take a joke. B, what I be saying is true. So just because you offended by it, don't make it any less true if you run it in the Victim Olympics and you're a black person and you run it in the Victim Olympics. Like, it is what it is. If you fucking Chaldean and you look like a Kardashian and your body is built like an ant, then it is what it is. You don't get a pass from it just because you Chaldean. You don't get to pull the race card on me. I'm the blackest nigga on the YouTube. What you talking about? I might be darker than Myron Golden. But it's these fucking Christians. And as a Christian, because I'm an equal accountability smoke giver, it's these Christians, man. Listen, Christians are worse than modern women like Cynthia G. If it's one thing that I despise more than Cynthia G, it's these fake, and it's not all Christians, it's just some of them. It's these fake, woke, self-righteous, I'm against everybody. I don't like the LGBT community, but I'm over here having sex out of wedlock, being a fake Christian, going to church because it's a dating scene and not actually get to get right with Jesus. I find that these fake woke Christians could quite possibly be some of the most hypocritical people that I've ever seen in my entire life, bar none. How do I know this? Because I've been to church after church after church. I was raised in a church, and I know what a fake Christian look like. I can't stand these self-righteous, I'ma hold you accountable, Anton. And listen, if you really didn't want to join the Patreon, then you wouldn't have typed out to me that I don't want to join the Patreon. Have y'all ever seen somebody that announced that they leaving? Hey guys, listen, I'm tired of this conversation, so I'm leaving now. That's what the fake woke Christians do. They don't just leave. Because if you really wasn't rocking, you just would leave. You would just like not watch. But they watch all of the videos. They send me all of the emails. They do reaction videos about how you a fake Christian and all of this other type of stuff. Meanwhile, you broke, dusty, your grandmama don't like you, your daddy don't like you, your mama wish she aborted you, your baby mama, because you had a kid out of wedlock, and you out here having sex outside of marriage when you sitting here talking about being biblically sound and I'm a Psalms 31, 27, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you just doing all of this and doing too much. And that's why don't nobody fuck with the church. That's why don't nobody fuck with the church. You know who the people that I see is killing the community the worst? You know the people that I see ruining the community almost just as bad as the drug dealers, killers, and stealers, and the prostitutes is the black Christian church. I swear to God, I'm one step away from walking into the church and turning the tables over. If I see another flag, another American rainbow flag talking about we love everybody outside of a fucking church trying to be all extra kumbaya with everybody just so you can steal some more money. Let me give y'all the game on how these Christian churches work. Have you ever noticed that during the election cycle, since y'all want to talk shit, I'm going to talk shit because I'm the number one shit talker. Do you know that, have y'all ever noticed that during the election cycle, the first thing that the politicians do is go to the black church, especially within urban communities, in order to get y'all support? It don't matter whether it's local, whether it's national. The first thing that they do is they run to the black church. Do you know why? The black church is actually the ones that control all of the community funding because they're tied in with the police. So while the black church will say defund the police, they already know that there's funds that's going to be allocated through the police department, because the police department is the ones that determine where it is that all of the community resources go. And so they partner with the black church, and the black church and all of these huge pastors and these mega churches, the reason why they host all of your favorite congressional people, because you're supposed to separate yourself from a political perspective of what's going on within the community. And that's why they say separation of church and state. But what happens is, because all of the funding, study it, look it up. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Look it up. All of the community resources, and the reason why they're saying to fund the police and why they okay with your neighborhoods being absolutely destroyed is so that they can steal more community funding, because it's routed through the police into the hands of the black church, who then determine where it is that the resources go within the community. When all of these politicians come over into your state and your city, if you want to know, all you got to do is do the research. I'm not going to say all of the people that told me. I'm not going to be snitching and all of that and telling you who my resources are and everything like that, but it's facts. They allocate a certain amount of money and resources in order to pay the black church, even from a political perspective. When you donate to these campaigns and you do these campaign dinners and they got these super PACs, they allocate a specific amount of money over into the black Christian church and white Christian church that they then pay them off in order to sell their congregation members on who it is that they're supposed to vote for. Now, riddle me this. I thought that the black church, or the church in general, but I'm going to say the black church because those are the ones that got the most smoke for me. Shout out to the white churches that just don't say nothing. They just get their bags. But I thought that the church was specifically not to tell you who to vote for, but to give you the game on how Jesus lived his life so that you can learn how to be more righteous and then make better decisions. But they sell you. The black church is the ones that sold out the black community, and one of the reasons why our communities are in shambles. It used to be a place of safe haven, rest, relaxation, and then an opportunity for you to be able to find out who you truly are without living in duress. But now it's the place where you go to be sold out to these politicians, these community leaders, and everything else that's wrong with the black community. They've infiltrated and sold out the black church, who pretend to be Christian. And one of the reasons why people don't respect it is because they know that you sold out, you bought out, you fake, and don't nobody want to come and listen to you because it ain't a real bone in your body. That's what I think about y'all current church situation. That's what I think about the church right now as a Christian. So when I say fuck you, you know that I really mean it, because I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart, but I'm saying it because I love you, and I'm saying it because you're fake. Ask where all of the community funding goes through. Listen, don't be lazy. Call your local legislators. Call your community leaders. Call the police chief. Find out where they send all of the funding through, and then find out who does the most partnerships. And then ask exactly how much, because it is public record, but they just don't release it because you don't ask for it. Ask how much these campaigns and these political campaigns are coming through your city when they show up at these churches. And when you see your local pastor and your local leaders, then say, listen, we love Biden because he is the one that is going to continue to serve. Ask them where they got the money from. Ask them how much of a donation these political campaigns had for these communities that don't filter into the parks, the children, and none of this other type of shit. It's a finesse. It's a finesse. It's a finesse. So when you look at your local drug dealer, just understand that the local pastor is right there above him. 1A and 1B of the people that sold your people out within the community, and why we have nothing. We have no resources. They can't even give you game on how to live your life and be a better person as a result of why they, when you leave out the church, after you get done with the and the howl and you need to get prayer. And when they get done with all of that shit, and it sound good, and you see all of these feminists in the church say, yeah, pastor. Ask me what it is that he taught you as far as how it is to get your bag up so you can save your family, because we understand that poverty is one of the things in which you lean into in order to operate under duress. And when people can't think because they ain't got no money in their bank account, they're not giving you game on how to be a better person, because you can't even think about God because you're thinking about survival. You ain't got no game on how to get your life together. You're not spiritually connected. You don't believe in Jesus. You don't even understand how to think and operate and fix your family because they sold out. They sold out the feminism. Everybody in the church is alphabet community. It's a dating pool. It's a place where they go to do the most egregious shit. Your kids ain't safe in the daycares no more. They ain't going out and preaching. They don't know how to be fiscally responsible. And the only thing that they're asking you to do is to get in this line so you can celebrate yourself being better than these people because you can give more money than them. No, you wanted to smoke. You wanted to smoke. You came on behalf of your Christians to come and give Anton from AntonDaniels.com to smoke. So now you get it, because I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. This is what you get. When you poke the bear and he decided he want to bite back, I'm a gnaw on your fucking face. Ain't nothing wrong with Jesus. It's perfection. Ain't nothing wrong with the word. It's a living word. I read the Bible every single day, and that's why I'm out here doing the Lord's work, pouring into people, adding value into their lives. So when people leave my live stream, conversely from how they leave your church, they actually can utilize some of the information to become better versions of themselves. That's the difference between me and your pastor. Look your pastor in the eye and tell him if he's willing to stand toe-to-toe with me and have a debate about how it is that we need to do things within the black community, and watch me wash him. He gonna tremble in fear after he see my live streams, because he know you can't, listen, a devil can't stand in front of the Lord, because light always runs demons out of the darkness. You can't cover the light. You can't cover the light. Your pastor is scared to stand in front of me. No difference than every one of these other black woke, openly gay and all of this other type of shit. They scared. They fearful of me. You know why? You know why? Because it's the truth. It's the truth, and you can't run from the truth. They don't want me coming up on their pulpit, because then I'm going to tell the truth, and it's going to prick the hearts of those that's actually listening, instead of making them feel better about their circumstance so that you can finesse their pockets. It's a money grab. It's a money grab. That's all it is. Your community leaders in your church is a money grab. Ain't nothing wrong with Jesus. Ain't nothing wrong with God. Ain't nothing wrong with being a Christian. It's the people that present themselves as such that then turn people off from what it is that God wants from his people in the first place. And now we're going to have a reckoning. Is I will come in your church and turn every last one of the motherfucking tables over and say, this ain't God. God ain't been here. God left this place a long time ago. God ain't been in your church. He left that place a long time ago. Shout out to the pastors that's blessing all of the ladies' homes and praying for them and spreading olive oil when the husbands ain't there. Now, leave me alone. I'm warning you. Leave me the fuck alone. If you want to go and align with somebody that's more Christian-like, then do so. Don't make an announcement. Don't send me another fucking email. Don't DM me. Don't do none of that. Just walk away, because I will burn that motherfucker down. I will burn that whole church down. Leave me alone. Please don't let me focus my Lapeef Let's Talk energy on you. It's going to get real Shabba Ranks in this motherfucker. All right? Okay, Pumpkin. Okay, Pumpkin? All right. Now, let me read some of these super chats, and I'm going to get y'all up out of here. I'm not going to be before you long. Ain't that what the pastor say? I'm not going to be before you long. 4 hours later, that motherfucker's still talking. Like, boy, you know we got stuff to do. Shout out to Danzy Land. Says, they only read verses, no books of the Bible. Booker T. Washington said the preachers will be the demise of our community. Was he not right? I didn't even know he said that. Persevere Daily TV is in the building. Says, meet him halfway and get the cussing pastor as a guest. They don't want me out there. They don't want me out there because I'm going to shut everything down. AQ, Inspirational Champion, says, great show as always. Keep teaching us the game. I got you, baby girl. Bossman Bino says, been a fan since Charleston White and 150K and broke videos. Shout out to you, my dog. I appreciate you for the 10 ball. Persevere Data TV says, yep. Trump tapped in with Wayne T in downtown Detroit. Shout out to them. And y'all know who I see at the games? Y'all want me to be honest with y'all? Y'all know I'm about to read one more super chat. Y'all want to know who I see at the games the most? Who got season tickets? Who be down on the floor with me? Yo, local pastor. I'm like, hey, pastor. Chicken wings good? I promise you. I promise you, your local clergymen are the ones that are sitting down on the floor with me. Your local clergymen are sitting down on the floor with me. Don't get me started. You better your pastor better warn you. Yo, congregation, leave Anton alone. We don't want no parts of that because whatever reason. Give him A plus B equals C. Shout out to Anthony Bolton. Says he's not lying. Used to work for a nonprofit over 5 years, and we found out the hard way that churches control all, with the capital AWLLLL, all of the funding giving out. I'm not lying to y'all. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm telling you the truth. They be at the football games, at the basketball games. They be at the MLB games, and the motherfuckers they don't even like hockey, and they had all of the hockey games too. And they be in the casinos gambling. And they like the prostitutes, all right? So, anyways, I'm just telling y'all, don't get mad at me. Ask your pastor where he was at last Saturday. I love y'all. I genuinely do. Y'all make this so enjoyable. Thank you to the audience for interacting with me in the chat. You guys are absolutely awesome. What we got? We got Fight Club tonight on This Is Fight Club. Make sure y'all tap into that. I'm going to be doing a webinar probably Sunday, so if you are not a bag chaser, you will not know about it. But if you are a part of the Patreon, I am going to do a webinar inside of the Patreon, and I'm going to give y'all a chock full of game. A chock full of game. It's 10 times what it is that y'all get on the Millionaire Morning Show, so make sure y'all tapped into that. A Monday night, we got a new show, but I'll remind y'all of that on Monday morning when we live stream. And I think that's about it. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel. You know, it's always a sad time when the live stream is about to end because I'll be missing y'all. I'll be wanting to do it Monday through Saturday. That way we only have a day off, but I'll be having to give y'all some time to miss me. And I'll be out here, I got to go and have fun too. Daddy got to have a life too. All right. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for rocking with me, even through the disruptions during the live stream, but we absolutely are doing the work and we getting it popping. I love you. I appreciate you. Hopefully y'all tune in for Fight Club tonight. And we getting it in. I'm going to holler at y'all later, but I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be rich by ourselves. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody that holds me down. You guys are absolutely awesome. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Oh, shout out to my dog, Centennial G. Says, Anton, now you want to go to heaven? And you don't even have to die. All you got to get you is a woman.